This transmission is in pretty clean condition because I did do a clutch job about a year ago, and it actually I think it's less than a year ago, probably in the, I forgot what month, October, November I think it was. Anyway, it's all clean, and that is a big plus. It's good there's no oil leaking out of the yoke here. The only oil is on the U-joint, and that's from greasing it on a fairly regular basis. Looks like there is a little bit of an oil stain up here in this area, but this box is coming off, and what I don't know is how much oil is going to come out of that box. I'm going to assume oil is going to come out of it, so I think I better pull a plug and let the oil out. This tag right here, the guy at the transmission shop is going to need this tag number, so I'm going to take a picture of that with my cell phone. My speed sensor, which is right there, for my speedometer, I'm just going to unplug the wires right here. Just leave that thing in there. There's just two plugs right there. Take those off. Where am I? Sorry about that. And I want to take the minimum amount of stuff off. So instead of taking the hoses off of this valve, let's just see if the two screws will take this piece off and what happens in there. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Take this clamp here that holds these hoses in place. We'll take that off, and I don't know what part of the video has me talking to the guy at the transmission shop, but if it was before this, I apologize for repeating it, but he told me to knock these lineup pins. He says knock them out. Just knock them forward all the way out, take them out. And there's two, one on each side. There's the other one over here on the bottom. He says that's the best way to get those out. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff loose and start taking bolts off. I forgot the most important part. Got to take the drive shaft down. Not off, but got to take it off up here on this part. So we'll get that out, take a couple of U-joint caps off, and get the drive shaft off of the U-joint there. I need a bar, or even a 2x4 is good enough. Something to sit across the frame up here behind the cab, and a piece of chain like this to support the drive shaft, because I got to take the drive shaft loose, and I don't want the weight of it falling down and being a problem to wrestle with, so I'll just hang it on that chain. Okay, got the chain wrapped around the bar and the drive shaft. It looks like there's a lot of chain, but that's just some extra chain that I didn't want hanging down on my face. I hung it back up there a little more. So I'm going to take this carrier loose, and that's what this thing is, a carrier bearing. I'm going to take that loose. It's just a couple of 3/4 bolts. Well, I guess they're 3/4 bolt heads, not bolts, 1/2-inch bolts probably. Take those out and then get ready to start taking the drive shaft done up here, undoing a couple of these U-joint caps. Okay, the carrier is off. Now time for the front U-joint. Sorry, I don't have a camera person, so I gotta keep turning the camera on and off. I got two of the bolts off on this cap right here. And I'm just going to tap on this with a hammer a little bit and see if this cap will come out. If it doesn't, then I'll go ahead and take the other cap off up here. I mean, I could have done this end of it, but I can see both sides of this of this yoke here, I can only see one side of this one. The other one's up on top, and I don't have a wheel off the ground in the back to be able to spin this around, so I'm going to try with the two sides I can see and see if we can get it with that. And if I can't knock these off with a hammer, then we'll just have to use the U-joint press right there. That's a handy tool. It's expensive, but it's handy. Alright, when I set the camera down, put two hands on it, it started coming off real quick. I'm going to stop at this point, and I'm going to take these nuts or these bolts off on this cap, and now I got to hit it from underneath, knocking it upwards, and hopefully we can get this cap to come off too without too much trouble. Use a little camera stand there. Hold that up with one hand and hit it with the hammer with the other. Okay, look, it's coming off pretty good.